everyone, welcome back. Today we are here talking about our top 5 table service restaurant picks from Disney World. We previously did our top 5 quick service, which we'll link to above, but wanted to kind of revisit with our table service picks. So this is for Disney World, and this is for all of Disney World, resorts, parks, like all of them.
Yep.
Not limited to just one. So at number 5, we have the Coral Reef restaurant, which I think is often an overlooked one because there's no character meet and greet, but they have a really cool aquarium that you can kind of, like, we haven't ever actually sat next to the aquarium. We've always been on the next level, but it's still really cool because you can watch all the fish going by, and there's sharks, and there was divers several times in there.
I was gonna say, we've been there twice. Both times we sat up in the back upper level, but we've gotten to see so many fish that swim by. In fact, even when you sit at the table, they have a little placard that has all the different kinds of fish that you'll see, and you know, it's all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. So, and
we actually have a video from our last trip to the Coral Reef, so I'll link to that as well. But also they have they really have a good selection of food that will definitely, I think, be worth your money. So every time we go, we try to make sure we order something that is going to exceed the cost of what it costs per person per day. And when we went there last time, we actually got lobster, which was pretty expensive. So we definitely got our money's worth there. And the drinks were pretty good as well. That's where you got the glow cube.
That's right.
The glow teeny.
Yeah, I tried it. And it's a dark restaurant inside, so the glow teeny was like very bright. It was glowing. It was different colors and stuff. So
yeah. So I think that's our number 5 pick.
Yeah.
Number 4, we had Boma, which is located at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. And we recommend doing breakfast there. I know that it's not always good to do breakfast with the dining plan because you may or may not get your money's worth.
Yeah, and it's a buffet, so. Yeah,
it is a buffet.
Nothing wrong with buffets.
So for us, the standard dining plan comes with a snack, a quick service, and a table service. So sometimes we will eat our table service in the morning because we're super full, and then we have a snack for lunch, and then the quick service for dinner, or we'll just totally skip lunch and save that snack and bank it to get something really awesome later on.
It's true. But
the Boma restaurant it's like African themed, so there's African food. It is the only breakfast buffet where I've ever seen carved meats on the menu. They have a special juice called jungle juice. I think it was previously called jamba juice. Yeah. And that is really good. It's like a mixture of like mango and passion fruit and pineapple or orange juice. And there's a lot of pastries on it and eggs, and it's a really good breakfast buffet. I would definitely recommend it. And the atmosphere is really good too. It's kind of like dark in there, and you can get like the nature scenery outside. It was one of my favorites.
It's pretty cool. We've gone there how many times? Like 3 times or something?
Yeah, I think it was like 3 times. A couple times.
But number 3 was Akershus, which was in
Epcot in Norway by the Frozen ride.
That was a cool place because it was a character dining experience, and I think it was all the princesses that were walking around. And
yeah, I think the atmosphere wasn't fantastic in this one, but we booked it just because we couldn't find anything else good at the time slot. So it was like, well, we'll just try it. And I think it was interesting because you come in and immediately you have a photo opportunity with one of the princesses. I think we had Snow White when we went, and the photo pass person does it for you. Yeah. So you definitely had like a good photo that they took. And then when you're sitting down, there's several princesses that come around. I believe we had Aurora and Cinderella and Snow White visit the table.
I think that's right, yeah.
And the food was different. Like, I've never eaten Norwegian food, and they had, so it's not a buffet, but there's like a charcuterie type of buffet at the beginning for like the appetizer. Yeah, and it was really good though, because they had different like meats and cheeses and things like that. And then we had the main meal, and then at the end they bring out like a plate of like little cakes that you share with your table. So that was probably the only downside. I really like my dessert, and I like to have all of it to myself. So they run out of variety, so we had to really work out like, okay, who's gonna take the strawberry flavor, who's gonna take the chocolate flavor. Yeah. We didn't all get to try everything that was there.
But it is pretty cool though, because you have a mix of everything. You have like the charcuterie, it's the buffet of charcuterie, appetizer stuff at the beginning. Then you have your own meal for the main course. and then you have a family style dessert experience at the end. So that was kind of cool.
With characters. So I would definitely recommend it. I know that a lot of people try to get the royal table and maybe can't because it fills up fast, and I feel like this is an okay backup for that. Absolutely. And again, I think you get your money's worth out of it.
Yeah. All right, so coming in at number 2 is my personal favorite is the Chef de France in Epcot. I really like this place. So I've never been to France, but when I was trying to come up with my decisions on what the top 5 were, I was thinking of things like what is the food like, and what is if there's any attraction of the place, and then what is the atmosphere. Now, while the Chef de France doesn't have an attraction, it does have, in my opinion, some of the best food that I've ever had. I've said before, I don't even like French onion soup, but I went ahead and got it because it was, the French restaurant, and I actually really liked it a whole lot. Like, I really want to go back and get the exact same thing I had because it was that good. And like I said, for the atmosphere, I've never been to France either, but the atmosphere really feels kind of like a French restaurant type of feel. Like, when I was there, I felt like what I imagine it probably feels like to be in an actual French restaurant in France.
So this one is, like you said, there's no character or like special attraction to it other than it's French themed. But they have like a regular menu, but what we got was the 3-course meal. So like you get French onion soup, you get a main dish, and then you got dessert as well.
Yep.
So it was kind of like Akershus. It was like a 3-course thing that you chose ahead of time and they brought out, and it was like a fancy dining room, chandeliers, tablecloths.
Yeah, and like the French waiters, running around and stuff. And the dessert was really good too. I had creme brulee. I've never had it before, so I can't compare it to other creme brulees, but it was really good. And like it was toasted on top and so good. Now I really want to go back again even more.
So at our number 1 spot,
number 1,
we have Chef Mickey's. And I know this one is kind of controversial because a lot of people don't really like it, but it is one of my favorite, and we actually went there last time. We've gone a couple times, so I'll link to that video as well. But this one has a lot of potential, especially for kids. They have the character meet and greet, so you've got Donald Duck, Mickey, Minnie, Pluto. We saw all of them while we were there, and Goofy.
Looking around, and they're wearing chef's uniforms and stuff.
And there is a photo opportunity for this one as well. You come in and you stand next to a Mickey statue with a plate, and your family can get a photo pass while you're waiting to get into the restaurant.
Yep.
The buffet itself has a lot of items on it.
Yes, it does.
A lot of items, and I think we've gone maybe 3 times, and I've never seen the same items on it any time that we've gone. So I think they do rotate out the stuff pretty well.
Yeah. When we say it's got a lot of items, it is a big buffet. The table, it's not even like one like regular table, that might be a couple of segments long. Like
it's like a whole half moon.
Yeah, the table went like all the way down and around to the other side, and then there was even more stuff on the other side. They had a carving station in the middle. One end had like all the different kinds of seafood and stuff that was cool. I guess it's a raw bar kind of, right?
Yeah.
And it was just so good. And then they had like a whole entire section of like different kinds of breads and cheeses that were on display.
Yeah, and the breads were like fresh baked. They were really good. There was a couple of spreads too for the bread that was good. I try not to fill up on bread because you can't eat as much, but it is really good there. And the drinks were good too. They had full bar, menu that you could order from.
And with the alcoholic beverages too, they have the same stuff on their menu that they have at the Coral Reef restaurant. So if you do go to the Coral Reef restaurant and you missed out on a drink that you wanted to get there, it's the exact same menu at the Chef Mickey's place as well.
And of course they have non-alcoholic beverages. Our son got a mojito.
Yeah.
But of course my favorite out of all of it is the dessert section. The dessert buffet area is huge. Like they've got the ice cream sundae bar with like tons of toppings that you can put on it. I think I've never even had the ice cream sundae because I fill up on there's like brownies, cookies, little tarts, little cakes, Rice Krispie treats.
And what do they have, like macaroons in one spot? And then for the ice cream, back on that, they have, for the toppings, I remember they had like M&Ms, gummy bears, peanut butter pieces, sprinkles. They even have
Oreos.
They have hot fudge, and they even have a marshmallow, melted marshmallow topping that had edible glitter that was all over the top of it. She really liked. Really like that. And then caramel and cherries and all kinds of stuff.
It is amazing how, and cookies, and it's just, there's so much stuff there that you could literally get one of everything and like have a full plate and be full as if you had just gone to the regular buffet. So I'm trying to eat a lot on the food buffet because I want to make sure that I've got room to have all of the desserts, because it's important that I try all of them.
Yeah.
So that's definitely my favorite. It is really hard to get a reservation there, so we have to always book that one early, or I have to jackhammer the site, just trying to get an opening there. It doesn't open until late though. I think it opens at 5. We got there at like 4:30, hoping to get a jump on the line and maybe get in early, and it wasn't open, so we had to wait in the lobby. But so it's definitely really good. So that's our top 5, and I hope that you guys try them, because we certainly love them. If you have any others that you'd like, we'd love to hear about them in the comments.
Yes.
So if you do like the video, don't forget to give us the thumbs up. And until next time,
Stay
magical. Bye.